Let's take a look at the module overview. We've selected what level we're teaching next year, and we're going to select the first unit. In the first unit, this will give you the details on all of the topics and lessons that are part of Unit 1. But we're not going to look at those today. We're going to start with the module overview. Eureka is very top-down in its planning. You need to understand where students are coming from, where they're going, and major arching concepts before you can take a look at the individual lessons. So in this section, we're going to see an overview. In the first part of the overview, it says what students have learned before this module, so you can have background information on their knowledge. Then it explains what students are going to be doing in each topic with an image of what student work should look like, or what student work, like exemplary work, should look like. After each topic, it says what students will be doing with that knowledge moving forward in other levels. The why section explains why Eureka used this approach in developing this mathematical information. Reading through the why section can give you a really good idea, a really great picture of why students are doing this and why Eureka was designed this way. Reading through the questions and then the answers that Eureka poses. The material section isn't something we particularly need to pay attention to because we're online, but taking a look at what might be expected can tell us kind of what digital tools that we'll need to develop. Those digital tools are on the Eureka Squared platform. But if there's something that you would like made in ClassKick or Nearpod or any of those, just let me know. Math Past is very interesting. There's always some type of like an art approach, like a multiple disciplined approach to Eureka Squared. In this particular unit, it's a math past. Sometimes it's an art connection. So reading through this can help you when you get to that particular lesson understand the ins and outs of that particular lesson. The vocabulary is very helpful. It says what new words students are encountering and then what familiar words that will be here in the module but aren't explicitly taught. I like this section because this lets me know kind of which words to look out for when I'm planning. They're going to be bolded if they're a new word in Eureka Squared. If it's a familiar word, they're not bolded. So this can be helpful in determining like a word wall or maybe a familiar word you have in the back of your Zoom background, and then what words you're going to need to prepare to explicitly teach within the lesson with different visuals, application, however you decide to go about that explicit teaching of the vocabulary. And the academic verbs, I think that's a very important piece that we would like students to be reviewing constantly. And then an overview of all of the resources that we just looked at. The important one for us to take a look in this section is the assessments. They're in other places too. You don't have to go here to see the assessments, but you will need the assessments for your study guide and the achievement descriptors. So take a look at these and familiarize yourself on where students need to be by the end of your module.